I'm going to tell you why most loan officers are posting content, but it's not actually converting into leads. So we're going to dive into all the reasons why it's a problem, and I'm going to give you a solution for it today, because most loan officers, and if this sounds like you, maybe if you're an entrepreneur watching this, if your leads are not coming from your social media in one way, shape, or form on one of the platforms, it's because you're lacking, and maybe you're even chasing and begging for business when you're posting that content. So if your content does not create trust or action, you will stay visible, but you'll stay broke. Now, one thing I want to celebrate you on, if you are posting content, celebrate yourself for posting the content in the first place, because so many people think about posting the content or think about recording that first video and they just don't do it. But here's the problem that I see. You're missing some very, very important pieces to it. So nothing pains me more than seeing a mortgage lender that is out there and they're putting themselves out there and they've got up the courage to record that. Sometimes it's the first video and it says nothing. It gives me nothing of value, no information, and they just sound like every other mortgage lender out there, mortgage loan originator. So today in this video, so if you don't know me, first, let me just remind you, I am Tiffany Rose. I am a coach for mortgage lenders and also a marketing strategist, especially when it comes to digital marketing. You got to have that in 2026. So in this video, you're going to learn why content alone does not create leads. The real purpose of content. It's important, okay? Get ready for that. And how to shift into a more authoritative position, okay? So lesson number 1, your content must solve a problem. People do not follow loan officers that hired a virtual assistant in God knows where, and they are posting a bunch of still images that say FHA loans available or DSCR loans available, or, call me for a rate quote, or here at, XYZ Mortgage, we love helping people make their dream of homeownership come true. Well, duh, of course you want their dream of homeownership to come true, because that's the line of work that you're in and you want to get paid, right? So there's no problem solving. There's no calling out a pain point. There's no nothing. So I'm going to give you some examples of this. You have to bridge the gap where no matter what, whether you're a loan officer, a realtor, a CPA, financial advisor, a coach, a mentor like me, your content has to bridge the gap between where someone's stuck, which could be, let's use the example of being stuck in the rent cycle. Let's say your avatar, your ideal client, is a first-time home buyer. And they are just sitting on the couch and they're like, I'm stuck. I need 20% down. All the things, all the lies they're believing, the lies they're telling themselves, the lies that their coworkers, friends, family, sometimes parents are telling them. Things like, wait for rates to come down. You need 20% down. You got to get your credit cards paid off, honey. You got to get your credit score up. They have no clue. So when you post a video that doesn't solve a problem and it says, call me for a rate quote, apply for a loan, visit my website, it's actually really defeating for them to hear that, because they're thinking, well, maybe they did want to call you unconsciously. A lot of this stuff goes on unconsciously, right? So it's just playing in the back of their mind. They're not really saying, well, that didn't give value on that post, and I still think I need 20% down, so I'm not calling this person. All this is going on in the background of their mind, but they're thinking, well, let's say they liked your still graphic, boring post that says FHA loans available, and they actually know what an FHA loan is. So let's use that scenario, and they see your boring post, and they're like, well, I can't call this person. I actually like their boring post, but I can't call them because I don't have 20% down. They're thinking all these things. So where you want to provide the value is, again, bridge the gap between where somebody is right now, stuck in the rent cycle, and where they want to get to is home ownership. Your ideal client wants to buy a house now. So that is your ideal client. They just think they have a problem. There's a perceived problem, and it could be things like, if you're an MLO, it could be things like thinking you need 20% down, think you need perfect credit, think you need to pay off credit card debt, thinking that you just wait for rates to come down, all the things. And really, none of that's true. You would agree with me that if you've been in the business for longer than a month, you know that there's down payment assistance, grants. You can do, I used to do rapid rescores for clients and help them. Maybe their score was 23 and I needed to get them to a 640 for something, I would help them and I would tell them what to do, where to move the money around. And I'll give you like an example script of how this solves a problem. If you are below what is needed for a current FHA loan, which allows you, always sell a result, which allows you to put less than 20% down, very small amount down, and still invest in real estate, whether it's your first home or, whatever it may be. Because you can buy multiple houses with 3.5% down over a certain amount of time and all that. So let's say you get out there and they're like, but you're lacking a little bit in the credit score. You may be thinking that. So, or maybe a mortgage lender has pushed pause on your FHA loan because you think you need better credit. Well, I'm going to give you a tip right now. I see so many people that have a Target card and they have a $500 limit and they maxed it out. Well, really that's bogging down their credit score, but it's only $500 on there. And you show them the way, you bridge the gap like, oh, wait a minute. I do have a Target card and I do have it maxed out. I was thinking I have to pay off my $11,000 credit card, but that's a good tip. That's helping me out of confusion. That's helping me see the light on, I thought I was stuck because my credit score, a mortgage lender told me, and sometimes this is true, I have a 500 something score, but really I needed like a 20-point lift. And that would get me there. That would get me to where I could actually qualify for an FHA loan just by paying my Target card down by, 70% or 75%, or maybe even just paying it off versus not even worrying about the $11,000 credit card. So now I'm watching that kind of video versus FHA loans available, static image. I'm actually seeing somebody tell me a story and help me fill in the gap on where I thought I was stuck. So if you are struggling, if you're the mortgage lender that's struggling right now and you're feel like you've exhausted all your options, like Tiff, I just keep posting, I hired a virtual assistant, they're posting all this stuff, then book a call with my team. We will do a business audit on your social media. I know, within 5 minutes, within 3 minutes, I'll be able to scroll my team, whether it's me or my team. Usually it's my team. So I don't want to set an expectation that everyone's just going to get me for the audit, but my team will take very good care of you and they'll go through your social media and they'll tell you what's up. So look in the bio, business audit, social media audit, book a call with myself and or my team, and we will help you through that because I want to see you win. I don't want to see you posting content for a year, give up on that and think that social media didn't work. I see that a lot. Okay. So lesson number 2, education converts better than promotion. So think about all the videos. If you're watching this and you're doing videos and you're like, okay, Tiff, like this is so far so good because I have been posting still images, or maybe I had a VA do it or my marketing team do it. The power is, yes, in giving value, giving them tips and information, but if every single piece of content, this lesson number 2, education converts better than promotion. So I just want to be clear of what we're diving into now. When you educate, I want your new identity to be an educator and a content creator. Never, ever, ever again post something that looks like it's just a constant sales pitch, a visit my website, call me, book a call, all that. You've got to be serving people with knowledge, just like we as entrepreneurs. If you're a lender, you're an entrepreneur. Just like we post and we don't realize that there's a gap in our level of skill or knowledge of how to convert social media into leads, the same thing is going on with your ideal client. So when you are helping them and you're pointing out to them, yes, there's a gap in your skill or knowledge on how to buy a real estate investment property. Should I get mom and dad a reverse mortgage? Should I, buy my house? Or I'm self-employed and I'm thinking I'm stuck. And you're just giving them education about bank statement loans if they're self-employed, or what a DSCR loan does for them. They don't care what it stands for. They don't care if you have it available. Educate them on the power of a product like that. So never again do I want you to send out an email, send out a video text, which I tell all my students to do, send out a Facebook ad if it is not giving some sort of education. So I'll give you an example of this. So I love the script that I can just rattle off because I have it memorized, because I talk about this a lot in my Invincible Lender and some of my standout methods, some of my free or paid events. So this script really breaks down for you how you can give value and educate people on what's possible in a very quick, like it'll probably take me 60 seconds or less to rattle off this script, and I'll break it down for you where the education piece is. Okay, so let's say my ideal client is a first-time home buyer. So here's my script. 3 misconceptions of a first-time home buyer. Number 1, that you think you need perfect credit. That is absolutely not true. I've helped dozens of people with way less than perfect credit invest in real estate, build generational wealth, whether it's their first home or their fifth. Okay, so know that you can buy a house with less than perfect credit. Number 2, that you think you need 20% down, that's just absolutely not true, or that down payment assistance is for low-income housing, or that you don't have access to it. That's not true. I can tell you how you can get access to that. Number 3, this is a huge one. Don't call a realtor first. I'm the one. I'm a leading mortgage loan originator, leading mortgage lender, you can say. People don't really know loan originator. I'm a leading mortgage lender that will help you figure out your purchase power. I'm the one that comes up with a plan to get you the money. And I will hook you up with a realtor that's an expert in the area that you are going to buy in. So you could actually hire the wrong realtor that's an expert in the townhouse space over here when actually you can qualify to buy a single family residence home over here. So to book a free 30-minute discovery call, never any pressure, go ahead and comment or DM the word link and hop on with me on Zoom for a 30-minute discovery session. Don't forget to comment link. So that maybe took me about 60 seconds or so. Let me break down for you all the little pieces of education that were in 1 minute in a video. So rather than say, call me at XYZ Mortgage, apply for a loan, I'm not making fun of you. If you've done this, it's okay, because awareness is the first step to solving a problem. And Lord knows I have done this, because that's how I was able to fall on my face, hire a coach that pointed it out to me, and everything shifted. So that's what I want for you. I want you to get the shift today in not so good content to good content. So rather than use a hook of, hi, this is Tiffany with XYZ Mortgage, nobody cares. You're fighting for attention in 3 seconds on social media. So here's what I did. Top 3 misconceptions of a first-time home buyer. People love numbers. So when you take the time to say top 3 misconceptions, people are like, oh, wait, what? I got FOMO if I don't stick around and listen to this. Of a first-time home buyer, you're calling out your niche, your ideal client. Then you go through, number 1, that you think you need perfect credit. That's absolutely not true. So they're like, oh, there's some education there, right? And all this is going on unconsciously. They're not like going, oh, wow, that was so cool. Thank you so much for that, okay? So now you're going into, I've helped dozens of people with way less than perfect credit invest in real estate or build generational wealth. You just gave dozens of testimonials in their brain without them even noticing it. So that's part number 2. Of the first part. So number 2, what I said was that you think you need 20% down. That's absolutely not true. Or that down payment assistance is something you don't qualify for. So you just explained to them, oh, well, I thought maybe I made too much money for that, or I thought I did need 20% down. So that's not true. Okay, got it. Number 3, this is a huge one. This is how you get your power back, where they don't go on Zillow or go on realtor.com and go, oh, I love this house. I'm finally motivated. And they call the wrong realtor. So you just kind of put a little thought in their head of, whoa, I could actually hire the wrong realtor. Oh, this is why you just brought sexy back to the mortgage side of things instead of the real estate, emotional home buying part of why they call the realtor first. This is why, as a side note, the realtor holds the perceived powers, because we're not bringing sexy back to the mortgage side. So when you say, dude, you could hire the wrong realtor, so I'm the one that helps you get the money and comes up with a plan, call me first. Now, that's the meat, the number 1, number 2, number 3 of the education, the value that you're giving. Notice what I did at the bottom. So now we've given the hook, top 3 misconceptions of a first-time homebuyer. I've given 1, 2, 3 of education and value. You've now positioned yourself as an expert compared to every other MLO that's posting some crazy stuff like buy my thing. Now, part 3 of the framework, so hook, 3 pieces of value. Number 3 is the call to action, the CTA. And ChatGPT knows this stuff, so you can totally do this. So I'll go into that in lesson number 3 on how to create the specific content that's going to attract specific clients. So stick around for that. Now, the CTA, the call to action that ChatGPT knows, Grok, whatever you use, notice what I did. I said, comment or DM the word link for a free 30-minute discovery session on Zoom. Don't forget to comment or DM link. Now you have an automation set up, which is another training, another video, different day, but you got to have an automation. I see so many LOs that say, DM me for more, call me, or DM me the word. And I like test it and I DM the word and like nothing, crickets for like 3 to 5 business days or nothing at all. Don't say DM me or comment the word link unless you have an automation. If you don't have an automation set up, then you can say like, DM me and I'll send you my calendar link. Just give me 24 hours or sooner I'll respond. Like make it clear that it's not an automation. Don't make it look like it's automated if it's not. So now you just gave education. I just gave you a side training on the specific framework. Okay. Next one, final lesson. Specific content is going to attract specific clients. This is why I called out top 3 misconceptions of a first-time home buyer. I gave the value, I gave the education, I followed the framework, I had a call to action, but I called out a specific first-time home buyer that needs specific information. Remember, if you are speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. So general content equals general results. So again, if you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. And I mean that. This is why Alex Hormozi says the riches are in the niches. It's so important that you're speaking to a specific group of people. All you need to get is, let's say, 1% of the market share, and you're making buku bucks. Think about 1% of the market. If you looked at all the data from all the people that bought houses last year in the state that you're licensed in, and you times that by 1%, you're looking pretty damn good. 10% of like a 35-mile radius, you're looking damn good. So getting more market share isn't about posting content that is speaking to everybody or, buy my thing or like forcing people, pressuring people or being like pitchy. It's more about value, education, and creating the specific content. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this in ChatGPT. You can do it, Waterboy. You can do this in ChatGPT. ChatGPT knows the hook, value, call to action framework. If you say, my niche is real estate investors, I'm creating a YouTube outline or a 60-second video, and it must be educational, it must be giving value, and must call out my ideal avatar of a first-time homebuyer, real estate investor, whatever. Then, and please give me this and make sure there's a call to action or make sure it follows the framework. You can brain dump I have brain dumped paragraph long things that I need, like content outlines. And it's just, it knows what to do because it knows. I don't know what happened to us. And again, this is like a different day, different training, but I don't know what happened to us in the lending and real estate industry, but we're not acting like real marketers and real influencers. So if you want to act like a real marketing influencer, number one, ChatGPT knows how to do that for you. So don't listen to your branch manager. Don't listen to the person that thinks you're incapable of creating content that actually converts into leads. Instead, go research things like this. Go into ChatGPT and book a call with my team. No harm, never any pressure. We'll do the business audit for you. We'll check out your social media. We'll find out about your wins, your goals, where you want to get to. And in the next video, and you can go look for it, the title is going to be Why Digital Marketing Feels Harder Than It Should for Loan Officers. I'm going to tell you exactly why. So go find that video. Hope you enjoyed this. Comment, like, subscribe. If you're listening to this on podcast, rate it, and book a call with my team. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. Thank you.